Hello and welcome to All Talk No Dice, the worst excuse for a D&D show you can find online. Some housekeeping. First of all, we just want to thank all of you for checking out the last episode, and we also just want to thank a few people in particular. For last episode, we want to thank that Trollsome guy for the raid and the follow as well as follows from Chris Zuka, the Bandit King UK, and Pink Unicorn 2022. We also want to announce that we have recently updated our Twitch channel at All Talk No Dice. So you guys can now follow our socials, access our YouTube channel, and if you'd like to support the show, you're able to donate by clicking on the coin purse panel just below the stream, or any of the other panels to go through whatever you like for the socials or the YouTube as well. Regardless, whatever you guys do, follow, donate, raid or host, or just be here and watch, your beautiful names, well, if you follow, donate, raid or host, your beautiful names are going to be displayed on the screen during our show, and we'll check everything out at the end of each show to thank anyone and everyone for support. But we hope you continue to stick around and enjoy the show. And with all of that said, from last we left off, the companions of fate found themselves inside the dusty, seemingly abandoned home of the almost infamous tinkerer Eric Braunstout. You very quickly passed through numerous traps that had been laden across the small shack of a home. You then began to talk with the hidden, untrusting creature. After a slight stumble and scare, you were all joined by an invisible Theron who quickly came out of his shroud to aid you all with talks and questions for Eric. As the truth spilled out concerning Archibald and Clarabelle Ballantyne, finding dark secrets and lies that your Leonin hadn't shared before, leading you all to believe that Duke is a vicious, ruthless creature hell-bent on covering up the secrets Eric had shared. As soon as Eric showed his dwarvish face, shots began to rain down upon you all, and you began to sprint and hurl yourself onto the ground, following Eric into his underground bunker, Theron catching himself under the gunfire with terror as Rayloff and Gerald leapt down the small tunnel shaft, yet finding the moment to rewind time to save Tara from allowing her life to begin to leave her form. Gerald and Theron began to build and work on a few traps and other things within the bunker once you had received the crated up AB Rotary Mark II, while Rayloff and Tara ran towards the law house and warned Lawkeeper Bolin of Duke's attack and a potential massacre of the town, to which Bolin decided to set the town of Brenton on high alert for every household to have 2 guards keeping them safe, and for all of the citizens around the southern library to evacuate. Now, with plans laid out to head to the library straight through town, almost goading Duke to hunt and quicken his pace to find you, backed into the corner of one building, place traps all over the place, and wait for the hunter to find its prey. This is where we pick it up with all of you inside the bunker with Eric.
Fans on, I'm sorry. Fans on.
Oh. Thank you.
Fantastic. I'll stop. If there's still goal and he says, I'm done, I'm going to probably then stop taking any gold there if there is any left.
Yeah, as you finish filling your bag, you hear Eric announce that he's ready, and you see upon this workbench, and you see Theron is just glued to this. You see a full, almost like reminiscent of like a bipod heavy machine or Gatling gun, with dual grip handle on the far rear of it, with 2 buttons that press down, as well as 2 large boxes on either side. One where you see Eric begin to fill with black powder, and the other is just filled with a mesh of metal pellets. You do notice as well, down at the bottom, it does, rather than a bipod at the end of the barrel, it sits on this cylinder with a large circular base on the bottom, almost to just swivel around. And even though the metal is fairly dull and not rusted, but it it looks more like scrap metal just shaped into this very sort of like Mad Max-esque heavy machine gun. You do notice on one side as well, there is a cog with a handle that looks like it can rotate. But the dim light almost glistens off of this creation, and you see Theron is just eagerly eyeing every single inch of this firearm, while Eric just stands back after he puts some black powder in. This should work.
Just off looking at it with that cogwheel that you were saying about, does it look like it's more of a two-man job, or does it look like it could be held and turned at the same time?
What it looks like, I guess for you, just as you've partly watched some of the building process, I would say you can tell that it's more comfortable as a two-man operation. But that's all you can glean from now.
Yeah, that's it. No worries. Is this more powerful than his? Do you reckon?
I have no idea how powerful his is.
But this is pretty powerful.
Yes. It is powerful.
The way we'll find out.
I hope so.
So, we're going to the South Library of Brenton.
If that is still where all of you want to ambush him.
I feel that's going to be good. If we can try and get there before he does. Gerald, did you say you did something amazing? You made some stuff?
I sort of gesture to sort of all of these bombs sort of laid out. I've got to hit him with at least one, right? There's enough. Are we ready for the bait and run?
Just a quick question. How much food would I have gotten?
What were you collecting? Just rations?
So rations, probably some cured meats as well. And then probably any veg or anything that might have been there.
I'll say...
Mostly it would have been rations.
Yeah. I'd say over the short period of time that you were searching around, I'd say you've probably accumulated about 20 rations worth of food.
Yeah, I'll just put it down as just 20 rations then.
You want to be careful with those. As you see Eric just looking over to the small vases and makeshift containers containing all of the explosive cluster bombs. If we run across town and he's looking down on us, you better make sure he doesn't hit one of them.
I could always carry it in this, and I'll just sort of pack the knapsack.
Is there no way he will be able to shoot into that?
It'd be pretty magical. I don't think so.
Even with his good shot.
Well, you do what you need to do. I will get this ready to move. And you see Eric just go over to a small, makeshift, market cart, with two handles, and you see him just go to the bench, and he's very kind of broad-shouldered but a little bit frail for a dwarf. Yeah. But you see him just as he goes to the weapon, and you notice he's got a large carry handle on top of the base of the weapon, where just in the middle of the the magazine boxes on either side. And he just loops his fingers around and he just goes, and he just picks up, and you can, even without touching it or holding it yourself, you can just sense the weight of it as you just see his form just and he just slams it down, and you hear some of the wood just and slightly just creak a little bit as it settles down.
Okay. I'm gonna rush over to Eric, go on the floor, turn back so now my back's on the floor, and I'm gonna use mending on the bit that I can see underneath to see if I can try to fix any cracks.
Yeah, easily done. As you quickly rush over and you like slide onto your back and just begin casting the incantation. You just hear Eric as you're like concentrating on this. What in the gods are you doing?
I'm fixing this. Making sure it doesn't snap halfway through.
It will not snap. I made it.
Not the weapon. The push myself underneath. This thing, and then back underneath to carry on.
And yeah, as you just keep going, just for a couple minutes, Eric just walks off to go. To go to a couple more crates and just begins rummaging around for a few things as you continue your mending.
Yeah, cool. I'm happy to stick with that until we pretty much go.
Is there anything here on nab for later on to try and make a revolver?
Roll an investigation check for me.
Gerald's also going to just pick up some loose bits of string.
Yeah.
That are around.
Well, there's more than enough laying around.
Okay, 11 plus 7.
Nice, so 18. Taking away the black powder and pallets, you find enough scrap metal and scrap cogs to, in your mind, to be able to construct a fairly decent single-shot revolver.
Don't have enough time to try, do I?
You can try, but
because we're going in a minute, aren't we? So.
Yeah, literal minutes.
Eric just comes back with just a few like just ordinary belts, and you see they're like a darkish like oak brown, but with like slight little like specks of grey and black in them. Mm-hmm. Okay, all of you are taking one of these, and he just throws them out.
Yeah, I just finished the minute. What's this one? I can hear a dog howling, sorry.
It's to make sure that if you go down, you won't stay down for long.
Oh, fantastic. I'll put the belt on.
Yeah, I'll put it on as well.
Does it even fit me? Or is it like a universal?
As you lock the ratchet in,
Yeah.
it's kind of loose on you, but almost in a few moments it just comfortably shrinks to your size.
Can I put it on?
Mm-hmm. Yours is extremely tight as you're like sucking it in and just holding it, and then you just feel it and give way. So these belts, when you do put them on, they do shift to your size.
Nice. Do we have any idea on what they do, or would they need identifying to see what they do?
You could ask Eric, or you could identify them.
Eric? So what do these actually do?
So now you're curious after you put it on.
Very curious. I was more surprised on how it went to my size.
That is
Apart
magic.
from that, obviously. Well, yes, but you said something about helping us not down for long.
Just don't think it's a free ride. If you are being attacked and you are about to fall unconscious or in a state that you don't want to be in, one-time use, these things will pull you back up.
How easy do you think you can carry that weapon?
Very difficult. But I'm not going to carry it. I'm going to drag it.
That's why I was fixing the
Cart.
cart, yes. Because I heard a little squeak and I wanted to make sure it doesn't crash while we're moving. Not your weapon. Let's put, like,
I
hands
know
up
it
to
is
Eric.
not my weapon.
I'm just wanting to make sure.
Right then,
People
guys.
in the cart.
Shall we make a move? Time
Definitely.
is of the essence.
I'm ready to go.
A last minute
Should-
prep before we kind of fuck off.
In the event that he doesn't follow, what exactly is our plan?
We wait.
Cheryl's got an idea, haven't you?
He will follow. Guaranteed.
Right.
I can always
well,
skyride. I can always skyride in the sky. Hey, we're here.
Exactly. You skywrite will be if I fail, but I will not fail.
You never do.
Never do.
You're so confident we're going to die.
Hey, but at least we're going to die confident.
That is one way
And
to
with
paint
these
the gods.
belts, we're going to die twice, apparently. It's even better.
I thought most died
so good
loads
we
of
get to
times.
experience it twice.
Right.
Yes.
Are we going?
Yes,
Yes, let's.
go.
You probably know the best way to it. Do you want to go first? We try to cover you?
Very well. Big one. Over here.
I'll move over.
And Eric just like drags the cart and begins to just move into the tunnel shaft and drag it behind. And you just hear the muffled voice. Get it up there.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start helping lift it then.
You
I
know,
say help.
I was
lift
going
it.
to say he just takes his hands off completely as you just begin to lift up. I want you to make a strength check for me, please.
Just a strength.
Better say please, goddamn.
That's just a 10.
10.
It's about as average as you could be.
You begin to pick it up, and you do. You feel a struggle just before you kind of hitch it up onto your chest and just lock your elbows. A couple of breaths, and you're just able to push it up. Just barely, just getting it. You do notice Eric, like part way, like noticing your struggle, and he just looks at you weirdly. I thought you were strong. And he just like gives you a helping hand, pushing it up, and you get it upstairs, just in his living room. Are the rest of you coming or what?
Yes, we're following from behind.
As all of you get up into the living space, you notice all of the sun, or the sunlight that is just darting through. You look at the southern wall across the home, and it is barely holding. It is just peppered with hole after hole after hole of gunshots and pallets.
I know.
So
we're improving.
he's been shooting while we've been down there.
At least the massacre with the rotary weapon. Before, as he was hurling shots at you and Theron and the rest of you before you lapped down, this is the damage that resulted when he decided to stop.
Fucking hell.
I'll walk out and. Which way are we going? Are we actually going out into the streets then?
Yeah. What's it?
Okay, I'll walk out.
I was going to say Eric was going to be taking lead because he knows the fastest way there. But feel free.
Yeah, but I'll go out and then let him come out after.
Oh yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
All right.
Yeah, because then at least if someone gets shot, I get shot first.
Yeah, the one with the least health. Yeah, cool. Juicy. Well played. Yeah, that's fine. Let's go.
You see Eric just as Theron. You kind of like just shoulder past and open the door, and you hear Eric, "What are you doing? Stop being stupid!" As he goes to reach for you, all of you hear. Does an 18 hit, Theron?
No.
Oh, even if he used shield. Yeah.
Good lad. He's learning them.
Alright, so
He's
that's
learning them.
10 points of piercing damage. As all of you just hear that,
What was it then?
Oh, I don't know.
you all heard
I'll
just
look at myself. What's my injury?
you all heard a just in the distance before Theron, you step out and you just feel a sharp stinging pain, and you look down and just there's blood just beginning to trail down out of your stomach
Oh, this is wonderful.
as you feel your body pulled back in to the house and shutting the door, and Eric kind of like pushing you down to basically sitting on the ground.
I can put my finger into it.
He just pulls you and just pushes you down on your ass, so it's like eye level for him. What are you doing?
Feeding him. That would have been you dumb twit.
I would have had a look before I went out, you twit.
Well, it looks like we're both twits.
You seem to be forgetting the plan where
He's-
I will put my hand on to Theron, cast Cure Wounds. Theron, you get 13 points of health back.
Oh, nice.
Where I am trying to heal you guys.
He is watching us as soon as we go. I will make a distraction and we all go after me. Do you understand me?
I do now, yeah.
Good. And you see straight away Eric just goes into his pouch and pulls out a small cylinder.
Mm-hmm.
And you just see him like crunch the top and pull. We're going to go. And he just throws it out of the small door as it's ajar.
Yeah.
And after a couple moments, you just hear a familiar as a thick plume of white smoke begins to fill about 15 feet around in a dome just outside the door. Okay, we go now. And he just grabs his cart and just begins to hurl himself out the door.
Yeah.
You definitely
Yeah,
saved
I'll
me a spell
charge
slot
after him.
there.
I'd say with Rayloff also trying to run, I'll say that me and Rayloff will probably try to help grabbing the sides to try assist with moving this as fast as possible.
Okay. For those who are aiding Eric, I want you to roll an athletics check for me.
Okay, both of us, so
Yeah.
can one roll with advantage.
Your decision.
Rayloff, you're rolling with advantage.
Yeah, can I
22.
roughly try to figure out the bullet trajectory came from?
Solid shout.
Yeah, sure. Roll an intelligence check for me. And with Eric rolling a 16 on his own, all of you begin to just pick up speed as you're both on either side and just pushing and trucking along. You just hear Eric, just as you're sprinting going down the hill. We need to get to the closest building.
Yeah, we'll just kind of follow where Eric's
Yeah.
pushing.
Yeah, and he's
What did you want? Just
intelligence. Yeah.
14 plus 4, 18.
Okay. You can surmise that the shot came from the similar rock formation that is very high up and a little bit more towards the south end of Brenton.
CSI Brenton.
Question, is there any visual aid at all?
Anyway, sorry?
Visual aid that you have? We can kind of have an idea of
Not for
where-
right now, no.
Okay, no problem. That's fine. Cool.
You'll know when.
When we get to cover, I'm gonna make a quick peek to see if he was in the same place as I saw him when I peeked out of the window before we leapt in that gap.
Okay. All of you hurl yourself down the hill with Eric and with the contraption, with the cluster bombs in the bag of holding, and everything that you've got and the belts on as well. And all of you just sprint and sprint and sprint, getting into Brenton after only about like a 5-minute sprint across that first shot, and then nothing else. As you all clamber against the corner of a small building that is partly just giving you cover away from where that shot came from.
Oh, good idea. What I'm gonna do is, if I know whereabout that point was, I'm gonna use my hand axe. Give it a quick little polish.
I'll just mentally tell you where.
Pew! Thank you. I'm gonna give it a quick little polish and poke it out, and use it as like a mirror.
Yeah.
To see if I can kind of have an aid of.
Okay.
Can I see it?
I'll say roll a. Yeah, sounds cool. Roll survival check.
Oh, I will take that. 19 with survival plus 7, 26.
Nice.
Oh, what a solid polish.
You get just the right rag out, and you just spit all over it, and you just give it the best polish of your life. And you peek around the corner as all of you, your breaths are just like kind of trying to catch your breath before you move again. And you just find the right angle as you poke around the corner, and all you see is a glint of light before.
I'm going to remove and then run.
Roll.
Just
roll a deck save for me.
Yep, we'll do. Deck save with a 16 plus 2 is 18.
Okay. You pull the hand axe in.
Yeah.
Just before you see, just on that corner of the house, just the wood splinters just past your face. We need to go.
Yes, he's in the same place. And I'll kind of point in general the direction of where he would be if the house wasn't there.
We are going next street over.
Okay. I'll get into my position again. Where I was.
Yeah, I was.
Are we all ready?
Yeah, when he runs, we'll...
Oh yeah. No, it don't matter.
Fine. And he covers the entire street near enough in smoke, just from building to building with the street running in the middle, and he covers that portion in smoke. Now! And he just begins to run. I want everyone to make an athletics check for me.
Yeah.
Oh, come on!
As all of you begin to hear.
17 for me.
Okay, 13 plus athletics. What is this thing called athletics? Oh,
Strength.
plus 1. 14.
15.
And Gerald?
Mine is 9.
Okay. So, everybody...
We all get shot.
Everybody except Tara is taking a hit.
It's pretty shit. But oof.
So, Gerald,
Yes.
you take 10 points of piercing damage. Rayloff, not a bad roll. You take 3 points of bludgeoning piercing damage. And Theron, you take 9 points of piercing damage.
Me. 1, did you say?
No, 9 for you.
Did Eric get shot at all?
Oh, that's actually good. Yes, he did.
Which team are you on?
He takes 5 points of piercing damage.
Even though he took the shot, did he look like it fucking hurt him a lot?
You notice as all of you are going through the smoke, you reach the end and into the small alleyway between two homes on the other side of the street. Tara, you get there first with the cart, pushing the cart, and with Eric in front. But you notice Eric just kind of, drop down a little bit to one knee for a second as he gets out of the smoke, and you see everyone else as they tumble through the smoke into the small alleyway. You noticed at least one gunshot on each of them, with just gentle blood beginning to trail down.
It's okay.
We
Get my staff out. Balm of the Summer Court, Balm of the Summer Court, Balm of the Summer Court. I'm not going to do it to rail off, because he looked like he tanked that.
Okay.
So
yeah,
I'm
it's
going to
literally
use...
just grazed.
So I'm going to do Eric first. He gets 4 HP, 1 temporary hit points.
I'll take it.
Gerald, you get maximum, you get 6 HP with more than temporary hit points. And, freaking, my god. Theron, you get 4 HP with 1 temporary hit points. And I will mark that down. That's that I've used 3.
I don't know how you use his temporary hit point.
It's just click on the right side of your health.
Add 1.
Yeah, no. Well, like you get rid of that before you get rid of your own.
Yeah.
Yeah. But say if you had plus HP, even if you were on 1 temporary hit points, and let's say you were down 5, you would gain only the HP, not your temporary one.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
You hear Eric? We have 2 more streets to go, and then it's a straight run to the library.
Okay.
Because we most definitely aren't going to get shot down.
I only have 1 more smoke.
I think we'll try to save it for the last straight run.
For the last run.
I'll try and get in front, move like close to Eric, so if any shots come, I'll try and block them.
And he just looks up at you.
Theron does say, I do have 1 level 2 spell slot left that I could fog cloud out. So we've got an extra fog cloud if we need it.
Well, then make
Let's
the
just
Even though
clouds.
it evidently didn't do nothing.
Do you think it's worth seeing if we can run the first one, and then if we get shot too much, try with the second?
Whatever you want to do, we need to go. As you hear.
Which one?
Let's do it now.
Gerald's going to
Yeah, I'll
cast
just go.
minor illusion a couple times. He's going to put like Rayloff, Eric, and let's see if we can do like Rayloff, Eric, and Tarek, because they have to do it separate. They last for a minute, and I'm just going to put them at random points, like sort of maybe even partially obscured, so it looks like they're partially making it to the next building already. To see if it baits the shots out first.
Yeah, just before you go out to the street, you and you see a Rayloff figure just appear.
Yeah, it doesn't move or anything. It just.
And then, although is it concentration for each of them, or no?
No,
I don't
they
believe
just
so.
exist.
Okay, and then you see a Terror just in the middle of the street, and Theron too, just like looking like he's sprinting as well.
In that case, minor illusion, it's cantrip, innit?
Yeah.
I've got that as well, so Theron does exactly the same, adding more.
Okay, all right.
And then after that is done, go now.
Yeah. And you all begin to push through. Athletics check from everyone with advantage this time.
Yeah, I was
Juicy. Well played.
Thank fuck you said advantage.
I just rolled a 1.
Uh,
Let's hope I don't roll another one.
15 I rolled.
Oh,
non-natural
19 plus 1, 20.
Yeah, non-natural 20.
Hey, me and Theron buddies.
Nice. Okay,
19
so
plus 1, non-natural 20.
nice. So non-natural 20. Gerald, non-natural 20. Rayloff,
Non-natural 20.
non-natural 20. Fucking hell. And Tara.
15.
Okay, Tara,
Let
you
it
are.
Oh, you let us down, bro.
Tara.
I know.
You are going to be taking a shot. Actually, I'll roll for Eric as well with advantage. Okay, yeah, so he gets
20.
a athletics check.
Non-natural 20.
Oh yeah, no, he you know, he actually got non-natural 20 on Eric's end.
Hey!
There's a 15 plus 5.
It's just you, Terry.
Fuck's sake.
So, Tara, as you all run, all of you begin to hear, and you see 3 shots through the minor illusions, and the sand behind them just begins to whip out as all of you sprint across. And Tara, you feel one just graze your back. You take 2 points of piercing damage.
I'll take fucking that.
Oh, sorry.
I'll take.
Sorry, 3 points of piercing damage.
I won't cry with an extra one.
As you feel it just catch your back as you go through, and all of you bundle in for one more alleyway. All of you are a lot smarter than I thought you were.
We ready to go again?
I'd say that
Theron?
we'll do that again.
Yes, let's do that again. Add smoke as well. When the smoke clears, he's shooting. He doesn't know where he's shooting.
We need to
do
save
this.
resources. Only one smoke or one thing. What are you doing?
I'd say do that again.
Ready?
And as all of the figures just begin to appear, rail off, Eric kind of just punches you in the thigh. Hey! Take the cart!
Yeah, I'll take it.
And you just begin to and just drag it across. I want everyone to make athletics checks flat now.
Okay.
As Eric comes out, you notice he just reaches underneath his garb, and as he's sprinting, he just reaches behind it, and just draws 2 single-shot revolvers.
Ooh.
That partly glisten, and you just see him aim up towards where the shots are coming from. And as all of you are running behind him, he almost just stands still. And he's going to make a peppering of attacks with disadvantage towards the shooter.
Sounds. Do you have an idea on how far away he was?
Roll a perception check with disadvantage if you want a quick glance where Eric is shooting.
Yeah, well. Both rolled a 10 with perception, 14.
Okay. 14. You can gauge a very rough guess, probably about 200 or so feet away.
Okay, that's cool.
At least.
That's fine.
You hear a couple shots from that distance, and a couple of the bullets just kick up sand. What's everyone's athletics check? Gerald.
15.
15. Okay, you're going to take a shot. Rayloff.
26.
You're fine. Theron.
No, 16 plus the 1 for athletic.
17. That's exactly what you needed. Tara.
I got a 17 as well.
Okay, so Gerald,
Nice.
you as everyone else, you feel you hear the bullets just whip past your head, and the sand.
Can I cast shield on someone else?
You, if it says you can, I'm not sure if it's just a self cast.
Yeah, it's just self. Yeah.
Okay,
Sorry. It's worth
no
try.
problem. So the sand is being kicked up just around all of you, and just as Gerald, you hear the gunshot fire, and you just you do get hit as you are running past Eric, or just before just about reaching up to Eric, who is standing at the center of the street and just aiming up, just standing straight, and he's firing off his revolvers towards the gunfire. You take 9 points of piercing damage, and Gerald, as you take that hit and you continue running across, you kind of like fall to the ground onto one hand before you pick yourself up and pass. You pass Eric. You look up to where the gunfire's coming from, and you see that very bright glint staring you straight in your face, just lighting your face up. And just as you see like a slight little wiggle from that light source, you see Eric just, and you see that light source just disappear. As you hear a very quick from the distance, but you saw the blast was facing upwards.
Nice.
And
What's it called? There will be a minor illusion of a golden middle finger sticking up now from on top of one of the buildings.
Well,
I'll do the other one.
So Gerald, you get hit, and then you see basically Eric and his shots interrupt the gunfire, and you just as you're going back into the alleyway, and you just illuminate a giant middle finger just facing straight up in the air, and just as you're about to turn back into the alleyway, you see another one next to it. They're just facing up towards where the gunfire was coming from. Eric throws himself into the alleyway. Okay, so I stopped that one. You're welcome. We're moving.
Very impressive.
Yes.
Did you not see
Yes,
the
this
middle
is
fingers?
Enough gloating. We need to get to the library.
Is
Yeah,
this just
let's
straight
Let's do it
on?
now.
Got the smoke?
I have one.
Okay. Are we using the minor illusion? Are we using the fake us as well?
Well, let's check the smoke first, and then create like the shadows so he doesn't know.
We
what
need
move
to
in
do
and-
something quick before he gets back to shooting
Yeah,
us.
so let's do it.
Then
Let's do it now.
And you see Eric just launch a small
An
canister.
illusion.
Now,
Here we go.
I'll have Duke roll an intelligence check.
Try and figure out what we're doing.
Everyone roll athletics check with advantage for this last
Woohoo.
sprint.
Glad it was a.
Oh! Natural 20
Oh,
Nice! Awesome.
plus 1.
Nice. Hey, still, natural 20. Awesome. 21. Gerald.
15 again.
Okay. Rayloff.
24.
And Tara.
16.
Okay. So, Tara and Gerald, both of you are going to get hit. Actually, you know what? For this one, because you've got so much set up, he's going to roll with disadvantage. For both of you.
Okay.
And
okay,
all of you, as the smoke is thrown down and the minor illusions are thrown up, you look ahead from this alleyway down the street, just heading southward, and you see this large, colossal, grey, abandoned building that has almost a monumental structure to it. With on either side, you've got two towers that are connected to the main building itself that just edge away about 50 feet away from the center building. But it's almost like just a vast... It kind of gives off like an abandoned like boarding school vibe. It's very... all the sandstone and the architecture has a very medieval look to it. Partly fitting of this area, but a little bit more extravagant and more historical than the rest of the buildings. And you begin to sprint, and you hear a peppering of shots from this long-range rifle, and majority of them, you see the sand just kick up around all of you as you are pulling the cart and you are running. Tara and Tara and Gerald. Tara, you first. 10.
Nice.
Dead.
Okay.
10 to hit.
Oh no, it doesn't hit me.
No? Okay. Just in front of your feet. The sand gets caught up in your face as you just step back once before you continue sprinting. Gerald, just on the tail end as all of you are making it up to the library. Fucking... Okay. You hear the shot first on Terra, and you see it... You hear one shot, but it's muffled, and you hear it matched with that fire. You see no bullet.
It's jammed. Let's run now.
Go, go, go! And all of you very quickly come up to the front doors, a large oval-topped double wooden doors on this library. You got.
I run and try break the doors through.
Okay, roll a strength check for me.
If I see that doesn't work, I'm going to carry on running.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
If that doesn't work, I'm just going to try hit it myself as well.
17 plus 1, 18. That's actually pretty good.
Okay.
I thought I was going to get 4 plus 1.
As you charge up and you continue your run, and you just hurl yourself into the shoulder of the doors, you hear a and it just echo inside, and you see part of the door, just the center, just go in, but still kind of hold you back for a second. As you can just see in the crack of the doorway, you see a solid chunk of wood placed across. Rayloff, as you come behind for reinforcement, roll a strength check for me. I'd say
check,
either flat or with, actually I'd say with advantage, as Theron in that second pushes and gives you that leeway for a little bit of extra room.
And as I'm running to the door, because my physical stature is rubbish, I sort of use flavor shield instead of like actual shield.
Mm-hmm.
Just like help me with the barge.
Okay, awesome.
23 I rolled.
23. Theron, as you just charge, if you just charge up and you get your shield out, and you just charge into the center of the door, and as you feel the doors partly give way, you feel that resistance, and in your mind you think, fuck, before the doors just hurl open with you and Rayloff, as Rayloff just comes behind you and just shoulders it down with you, and the doors just and you hear the echo.
I have to make an athletics check so I don't roll over. Or...
Now that you say it, roll a dex save. Also, Tara.
Yeah.
Actual 20 anyway.
Fucking
hell.
Okay, what's the total
That's
on
a
that?
secret rogue.
Yeah, why are you playing wizard?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Where's his sneak attack damage?
Amazing.
What's the total on that natural 20 for your dex save?
21.
Okay. You see Theron as Rayloff, as you give that last little nudge to swing the doors open. You see the doors as they swing open. You see Theron kind of lose his balance, but as he does, you see him press on his shield and kind of grind slightly on the shield and just hurl his legs behind him and kind of pretty much almost flipping as like somersaulting forward onto his feet and kind of like catching yourself, like almost confused in the moment.
This is gymnastics.
And Tara, what you hear, or you see as you're about to go in, you see a large, like dust-covered sign above the main entrance doors that says Creedon's Society of Learning across the top. But you all hurl yourself in, and you hear the gunfire just go silent.
Could I say I'd like
Let's
to do
barricade
something
the doors.
during that misfire part?
So?
Because during that misfire part that happened just a bit earlier,
Yeah.
could Gerald cast Major Image for a golden plume essentially to come into the air? It's going to be like a good 60 to 80 foot up in the air to try and get this 20-foot area going. But then the gold is going to go into first this little pistol thing, and it's just going to have a little cross through it. And then it will then disperse around and turn it into a sort of a small little mocking laughing face essentially at him.
Okay, awesome. Yeah.
And as this is carrying on, it's then going to just shift again to a quick. He's gonna see footsteps essentially appear, then the library, and then a ticking clock. Is designed.
Okay, so you cast that, and all of you just see through on the stained glass windows, just in the air, you see a golden feather and plume just feather out, and then it quickly just morphs into the revolver, and you just see like almost like a comical marker draw an X through it before it and turns into like a large like smiling mask, and you do hear projected just a loud just almost echo across and over towards before the echoing laugh just and you see a small or a large pocket watch and small footsteps just underneath in the direction of the library that you're all now in, and you see this large pocket watch echoing as the timer is ticking around. How long does that last for?
It can last up to 10 minutes, so I think I might go a bit back to the gun breaking and the laughing face again for another few minutes.
Okay. As you begin to swap through them, Eric just looks at you, Theron, as you mentioned barricading the doors. Exactly. Enough gloating. We need to be safe. And he just goes to just hurl one door across and putting the now broken bar across the door back like in a different place so it is now solid for a moment, and begins to grab some of the small chairs in there and just dragging and putting them across. And just as all of you either partly just breathe a sigh of relief or still go into action mode of barricading the big large front doors, that is where we're going to have a quick break. We are not going to have the full 20 minutes, but we're going to have a short 10-minute break now, and then another one later, just as it is really hot, and we need, and we are sweating and melting. So, for everyone else, you've got 10 minutes, go get a snack, go get a drink, whatever you need to do, use the bathroom. We'll be back here in about 10 minutes. The timer will be counting down from 20, but we'll be back in 10. So, thank you very much for sticking around, and we'll see you in just a little while.
Yeah.
I do want to see if I can just... Okay, as we come back into the game, the Companions of Fate, after sprinting across Brenton under gunfire, finding magical and mechanical ways to get themselves across Brenton with little to nearly no injury. But all of you find yourself in the vast library, Creedon Society of Learning. And after the doors slam shut, and Eric quickly just slams the now broken door bar back in, you all just breathe a sigh of relief as the gunfire has stopped, and you find yourselves in a dark, dusty, and near abandoned library as you turn around, and it's just a vast, almost mansion, a museum, with bookcases laden across the entire ground floor. You notice a large balcony looking over at the far back wall, and you see 4 separate doorways leading into narrower hallways, 2 on either side.
I'm going to spend a minute to mend the broken thing holding the door shut.
Okay.
Theron will just look
I'm
around in
listening to
amazement.
other people like that.
Theron will just look around in amazement. I wonder how it's indexed.
The books are last on our concerns. What we need to do now is we need to get this weapon set up and the traps.
Where's the stairs up?
Towards the back, on the right corner. I'm going
I'll
up
start
there.
I'll start heading towards and pulling the
and you
cart.
you both begin to take the cart and the rotary Mark II towards the winding staircase.
Can Theron just walk towards one of those smaller hallways?
Yeah. You wander through to one of these like large sort of like arched open doorway, and it leads into a fairly narrow hallway, and you
Wandering
go
carefully. I might add.
Okay, are you stealthing?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, roll a stealth check.
Got something I want to do after the minute amending.
Okay, 17. Still good roll. 17 plus what? Plus stealth. Plus 1. 18.
Okay, awesome.
It.
You very
I'm
lightly.
having really good rolls.
I know.
I'll take it.
Fucking nuts, but yeah, we'll take it. Your feet gently just across the floor, and as you make your way down this hallway, it opens out, and you notice it open out into another like separate section of the library, a few bookcases and a couple tables and chairs, almost like a separate reading area.
Doesn't look suspicious.
Nothing you can see looks suspicious.
Oh, great enough.
You see lining this chamber are a few large stained glass windows just dotted around. No real designs to them, just misted.
Misted as in you can barely see through them.
Yeah. You either through.
Don't take many shots to get through it though, does it?
Well, either through the dust, or the original construction of these windows, they are like just misted and frosted over. But they do let in a little bit of light.
Are there any like sconces or light parts, essentially torches even, around the area?
You do notice lining the entire exterior walls of the central chamber. You do have about 4 wall sconces on each wall, just lining all the way along.
I'd like to explore one, trying to find out how many windows and sort of entrances this place has, and also I will light any torches any and all torches that come along the way.
Okay. So, as you sort of begin to delve further in, and Theron, you notice this as well, just as your feet begin to just traipse across the floor in the dim light, you only notice it just as your feet catch. And there is just books and parchment scattered across the floor. Almost like it was ransacked, rummaged, just not taken care of before it was left alone. But but you begin to tread over dust-covered tomes that are laying flat and crumpled on the ground, past bookshelf after bookshelf.
Theron's walking past all this stuff. Does any of the books catch his?
It depends what you're looking for. Anything interesting?
Anything that sparked his mind.
Sure, roll a perception check for me.
Time Traveler's Wife.
The book of not so terrible jokes.
That doesn't exist.
15.
It's either good or bad jokes.
15. You notice one book on the spine kind of sticks out to you. It's like a mustard colored book, and just on the spine in deep purple is almost like a calligraphy, and it reads "The Inept Magician."
I'll pick it up and save it for later.
Okay, you just pocket that. Gerald, you begin to light the wall sconces as Rayloff and Eric begin to make their way up the winding of the staircase.
Did I pick up and did I get any of those little handy traps? Anything will go more?
Gerald
currently.
Well, yeah, Gerald made them, and then Rayloff has got them in his knapsack of holding.
Okay, just because somebody could enter through that stained glass window and come down through the hallway, so I want to at least put a few traps there or a trap there. Wouldn't off any entrances and that. I'll just. Hey guys, are we locking up the entrances and exits with some traps?
You'll have to get Rayloff to do that. He's got them on him, hasn't he?
Where was
Hey,
the bag, Rayloff?
Would I be at the top at this point?
Yeah, you and Eric just as Eric is kind of grumbling to himself, and you kind of hear him just cursing Duke a couple times, and then just setting the weapon down with you. Stupid Leonin. He will learn. I will show him. And you both pick the rotary up and put it down on the ground, and it is just in front of the staircase you came up, and it's just at the very top. But you can go to the balcony. You are now at the top, looking down. I'd say the balcony, height-wise, it's up about 40 feet.
Okay.
So it's fairly high up.
I will take the bag and also throw it down.
All right. As you take the bag and you kind of dangle it for Gerald to get in position, and you just.
Thank you. And I'll give. Yeah, we'll give 5 cluster bombs to Theron today.
Now, bear in mind, the cluster bombs themselves are kind of about the size of a basketball each.
Okay.
Either
I'll place 5 cluster bombs near him.
Yeah, either out of vases or the pots and the pans that you that you found to make them.
I'll because there's a narrow hallway. If I set one up there, I'll have to do one. I'll just go do that.
I was gonna place ones near the wall sconces, near the entrances to those 4 hallways, and near the main entrance. But I was gonna group them in like 3s essentially, like using those loose bits of string, group them in clusters of 3, and then place them near the edge or somewhere where, let's say for instance, if it's by the main door, if it's just going to get blasted open, it would then be by this like left or right hand side. So if somebody walked in, I could then activate it like that, but
Well,
not so that it would get blown away by the door.
Just for planning purposes of where you would like to place your traps, I think I should show you the map.
Yes, you
So
must.
much easier. Fuck me.
Couldn't you have started with that one?
I could have, but I wanted to wait for the right moment.
What a canunt.
An absolute canute. So, you find the rotary along with Erig. I will just freehand up here, where that little E is.
Okay.
That's where the AB Rotary Mark II, or Eric's production of one, is sitting now on its unipod.
Where did I go then?
You went off into this chamber.
Is it best just to drag the characters
Yeah.
at the minute?
Drag your characters on and just tell me where you'd want to be.
What's this area?
It's the very most central, large, like I guess, communal reading table or communal table.
Okay.
It is collapsed and with parchment all scattered across, as well as some tomes and scrolls.
These little circles representing the bombs.
Yes, I am starting to place a load.
There you go.
Yeah. I'll walk back upstairs since your game will be setting them up. So
I would
Is
still
there-
be at the
in
top.
Is there like a reception kind of desk?
No.
Okay. Does not matter what I was going to do then.
Are the books and scrolls and everything else everywhere in the church, or is it relatively neat in the main area?
A little more collected in the center, but still just as haphazard and disused.
Ah, good. We're throwing some books on the floor to match with everything, and that's where I'm gonna place some other ones like hidden inside the shelving then. As
Okay.
Well. Can Theron just have a browse as he's going past this table here?
Mm-hmm. What are you looking for?
Anything on there? No, anything of note?
Depends what's of note to you.
Anything to do with magic or?
If you're going to go through and just kind of like rummage through, roll an investigation check for me.
Would we still build? I can't speak. Would we
Actual
still be
what?
setting up the?
You don't see anything.
7?
You don't really find anything on the main table.
Sure.
Very. Right off.
It was bound to happen with all those 20.
Balance it out.
Yeah.
Would the gun be set up now?
You notice Eric is grabbing a couple of the cases out the back of that cart, and you just hear like a metal rattle as he puts the boxes down next to the weapon.
I'll just help him get more of them out then.
Yeah, I'll go up and help best. Oh, actually, what's this up here? The stand.
It's just another small table at the top.
What's on it?
you want to roll investigation?
I don't know whether I should.
Level 9 spells.
It's because it's on a dais, so I thought, oh, it might be.
Question.
Yes.
From where
11
I am
plus 7.
standing right now, I'm looking at 4 vantage points where possibly we could be.
Yeah.
Is the gun currently in very easy looking directly where... Can I see it from here?
Yes, you can.
Okay, and is its most prime position?
Roll a intelligence check for me. And Theron, what was that? 7?
11 plus 7.
11 plus 7. You notice a lot of these books are just more that you see written in like data entry of titles of books that have been taken out and they've been put back. Pretty much a bunch of ledgers and diaries of people checking books in and out.
I'll take them.
Okay.
Can I take the ledgers?
Sure, if you want to. Yeah, there's about 5 of them, so you begin to just close them up and put them all in your bag.
Just in case someone's taken out a really good book.
Yeah.
And I can go get it off them.
Just note down 5 library ledgers in your inventory. Tara.
15.
15. It is probably at the center. It's probably the best line of sight it can have to cover majority of the building. The best is the original center line.
Yeah.
But it is very easy to see.
Okay. That's fine. Okay.
As Rayloff, as you are partly trying to help Eric and you're kind of like reaching over him and like grabbing stuff, you just hear him, okay, that is fine. You can all go and do what you like for now. I need my time to set this up.
Yeah, I'll just sort of nod and just go back down the stairs then.
And he begins opening compartments and pouring stuff in.
Can I just look around and see if there's any hidden exits?
Sure, roll.
Floorboards that can be moved.
You don't even need to roll. There is no hidden mechanisms, no trapdoors that you find. It's all just fairly solid woodwork and architecture.
It's going to be beating. I'll just keep on browsing. I'm not getting roll for anything.
Okay. Yeah, so you start scanning the books that are around the shelves.
There aren't any broken windows, are there? Around the place.
Roll a perception check for me.
Question: if he were to enter, would the best place for him to enter would be where we came in from?
You're not sure?
Like from the location of where he was, would his straight direct route be like here? Or would it be there?
His straight direct route to you would be here.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Okay. I'm going to start moving towards here then, and have a look around to see if there's any knickknacks or bits and bobs where I might be like, okay, that might be a good place to be, or that might be a place.
Okay. Roll a perception check, and we'll just generalize that for the time being.
I will happily. Sorry.
So
mine was 23 for broken windows.
Okay.
That was 22 for.
Fucking me, you guys are rolling good tonight. Okay. All right. So Gerald, you find a slightly smashed window, one of the stained glass windows in the far left top chamber here, just above this bookshelf. You notice it's not a large smash. I'd say honestly, I'd say enough that you could probably fit one cluster bomb through the hole. So so not huge, and compared to the stained glass window, it's minuscule.
Can I ask if it was smashed from the inside or outside?
Roll
It's a
investigation check
glass.
for me.
Yeah.
Just the DM's face lit up
So
like
what?
a solid question.
That is 12.
12. As you are
Oh, you can
searching,
tell if glasses come inside or outside.
as you are
That's where
searching,
DM's glasses go.
and you feel and hear an audible crunch under your feet, you look down and you find glass littering the bookshelf and the space in front of it.
Nice.
Whereabouts was this?
Last
In
top
here, he
left.
said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. Because I've got the information I wanted to know from that anyway. Which, as we come back, be like, Eric?
And you see him like in the midst of like pouring stuff in and assembling the weapon to his own specifications. What?
How was this place locked? And yet, there seems to be no exit.
I have no idea.
It's a standard kill box.
Then,
That's what it
with
is.
that knowledge there, I'm going straight to search for a hidden exit.
Okay.
There
Right,
has
no,
to
no,
be
but-
one. If the door was closed from the inside with a wooden thing, none of the windows and stuff are broken. And the
Apart
only
from
one that is
going
broken is only a small hole. There is a hidden exit somewhere in this place.
Oh,
Okay.
Theron just keeps
With
pulling
that-
books.
Yes.
Yeah. Theo just begins to pull all the
Question.
books.
I know how this works. I know how this works.
Question to Adam: is the lines like a direct wire?
So that is the string saying that essentially these are connected together.
So they'll both blow if they get tripped.
Yeah, but the three in the middle are connected, but only the three on the left are connected. The three on the right are connected, but they're not connected, like vice
Like,
versa.
Yeah,
And
together.
the ones near the entranceway and the first two over here,
Yeah.
these are just singles. They're not connected
Sick.
together.
Yeah, awesome.
So
Can I just ask, where it says E for Eric,
there we go.
yeah, is that where the weapon's being set up?
Yes.
As Rayloff, what's Rayloff doing?
I would have gone down, sort of try and find a good position to get sort of in the middle, sort of where I am now, pretty much.
I shout over to you. I'm like, Rayloff, come give me a hand. Let's try and move these bookshelves as cover.
Yeah, I'll head back up then.
And question to DM:
Mhm.
what would be my result from my 22 perception?
So you would find that some optimal places for line of sight for you and to stay partly hidden would be around the two top corners here and here.
Mhm.
Obviously, so you can cast down. To be hidden but still close by would probably be around these two bookshelves.
Okay.
And then if you wanted to, aside from going into one of these four side chambers, the best places to be with the cluster bomb blasts, as well as to maybe catch or someone off guard, would probably be these two front corners in between the bookshelves.
Also, the roof that we're in,
Mm-hmm.
the room that we're in, how high is the roof? Does the bookshelves go to said room?
The bookshelves themselves only stand to about 12 feet tall from the ground, but the ceiling itself goes up from the ground about 80 feet.
Oof. Okay.
So it's 40 feet to the balcony and another 40 to the ceiling. Gerald, I want you to roll a investigation check with advantage, because at the time Theron is just pulling books and stuff.
Can I move the? Can I attempt to move with Rayloff these bookshelves here to sort of like a more? Don't know. Undo.
I will say, as both of you, if Rayloff is jumping in as well,
Yeah, I'm jumping in as well.
as both of you begin to and try to move these shelves, you notice at least the ones on the top, and there's no movement from them whatsoever. you look down and they are just like firmly like bolted into the woodwork itself.
I'll just get my screwdriver out.
Gerald.
That is a 21.
21. Okay. Over the next about 5 minutes or so, 5-10 minutes of you running around the entire place, you notice just at the same time, Theron, as you had made your way partly down to the centre and you're pulling books around that centre table, just on the bookshelves.
Down here.
Yeah. As you are trying to pull books, or just seeing if they move or not, or have any resistance, and you see Gerald is like poking around and like kind of just gently like looking through the books and the shelves and under and around the table. Both of you at the same time, as Gerald moves one book to the side and you pull one, you hear a slight
Think we're on something. Let's move. Leveler. Let's move.
roll a perception check for me.
3 plus 3, is it 6? No.
6.
Me don't know.
Yeah, you have no idea in this moment. It was
I'm good.
close enough, but you look around and you don't see anything.
From now on, also, I'm going to activate the True Seeing Eye.
Okay.
And now I'm going to, of course, go off and have a look around to see what I've got.
As you close your eyes and you open, and all of you see like a slight golden glow from Gerald's eye. Gerald, instantly, you see, as you turn around to face the dead center of this chamber, you see like a small box silhouette lying flat on the ground, illuminated from underneath the collapsed table.
I'll head straight over to that table.
It's a large table that is just like, it's like partly just on one leg, but the other's in dead center, like just all collapsed. But you do notice, as you can see it like illuminating, you can make out one corner of what looks like a trapdoor that is opened underneath the table and the rug itself.
I squeeze in between it, or is it a bit too small?
If you really want to try, roll an acrobatics check for me.
We're gonna try and squeeze in it. 13.
13. You get your legs in through the corner, and you kind of almost like suck it in and like pencil dive it, just reverse, and you sink down. And your feet.
That's how it starts.
And your feet.
Oh, thank God that was floor.
Your feet hit sand.
Okay.
I'll telepathically thingy to him. Be sure you shout what's around you.
Sand.
Anything important.
Sand.
As I have a look around, what do we have down here? What?
So, you see the sand-covered ground is met with the ground floor just above your head now, only climbing to about 5 feet tall from the ground you're standing on and the ceiling or the ground floor above you. Almost like a large crawl space underneath the structure. You begin to just slowly like look around, and with your dark vision, a lot easier to see. A lot of it is just open and just dusty and with cobwebs just smattered around everywhere. But just to the far sides of where the main structure would end, you find steel cages, about 5, 8, 10 lining each side. Small cages that are about 4 feet tall, almost as if like a full like humanoid cage was tipped on its side, but fixed in that position.
Right.
And you just see dull, rusted metal from the first glance.
I'm gonna try and clear away some of the sand and stuff to get a better idea of what's happening here.
Alright. You go over to a few of the cages that are lining the far end. Basically, they'd be lining where your cluster bombs are lining on these shelves.
Oh yeah.
And you find all the way from this corner to this corner are cages lined up.
Yeah, I'll stick to the one side for the moment.
Okay.
And just...
You begin to move some sand across, and you do notice some of these cages are covered with fabric or cloth, and you launch it off, and a few are empty. But at least on this wall, you see in about 7 of them as you pull the cover off. And you see the sand and the dust just cover your eyes. You just catch it in your sinuses and then just look through. And you see in one cage 4 completely decayed skeletal figures. You see in the next cage 3 figures. The other one 6. The other 2. And you just see some of them are all bundled together and just collapsed on each other. Others are hugging the edges of these cages.
Have you got down there, Gerald?
Gerald's not going to answer that. So he's then going to start investigating what sort of size these skeletons are. Whether they're young or old, or just anyone.
Roll an investigation check for me.
Steve's doing that. Can I see if I can sort of open the door thing?
Oh, for the table. Get the table out of the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, roll a strength check for me.
That's an 11.
Favorite one.
It's a... Well, sorry, Joel.
Oh,
11.
19 plus 1.
Nice! You guys are rolling fucking crazy tonight. You do manage to begin to... and just lift the table up.
You're on unnatural strength.
And just nudging it more off to the side. So it's still collapsed and off kilter, but you're just moving it out of the way for now, not turning it on its back or anything.
And you just see Theron as he's pushing it, you know, like, moving his feet, but the like sort of...
Yeah, you just... As you're beginning to do that, Gerald, what did you roll?
11.
11. You're not too sure. You see a lot of medium humanoid-sized skeletons from, well, like human to more elvish. You see a few more like lizard-esque shapes in the skulls. You also see a smattering of smaller skeletons. All humanoid in nature, and you are fearful that you have no idea if they are gnomish, halfling, young humans, or children. But all together in this one line, just after a brief glance, you can easily estimate, just along this full wall of cages, there's about 60 bodies in total.
Harold, I'm getting worried.
So the library's a place for learning, right? Well, today we've learned... Yeah, and today we can learn the library likes to murder a bunch of people and store their bodies downstairs.
Still learning though. And I carry on trying to make amends, like trying to.
Yeah, after a few moments, as you're saying that, you finally, and you just shove the table off. It's still off kilter, but just away from the entrance now of the trapdoor, and you kind of pull the rug off, and you're able to see straight down to a sandy, cool space below you.
I'll jump down.
You hear the footsteps just land behind you, and the sand just catches in your nose.
And all right.
Exactly.
I'll just
What
look
do you make of
around.
this?
It's quite abhorrent. Either they were slaves, they were locked up by somebody who was who wasn't looking after the library. The question is, who owns the library and why didn't they look after it in the first place? As a load of names. Interesting.
This also looks very purposeful.
Can I have a look at the body?
What would you like to look for on the bodies?
Whether it's natural causes, whether they just died in the cages and starved, or like you know what I mean,
Sure.
or is
Roll.
like blunt force trauma marks, as
Yeah.
a broken bone.
Sure. Roll a medicine check for me.
I mean, starvation's a natural cause because it was forced.
30,
Come to the light.
30 plus 3. 16.
Okay. You notice just on the discoloration of the ribs, you notice that there was plenty of torture and starvation. The starvation had killed most, but you do see a few, especially these smaller humanoid skeletons, who have ribs snapped off, fractured,
A little bit of
and
everything,
broken.
basically.
Yeah, you see some of
Nothing
their
too
skulls.
discerning.
Some of their skulls just caved in and open.
Yeah.
Just a small smattering of nearly everything.
Is there any knickknacks, doodads, anything left
Pocket
behind?
watches.
Roll an
watches.
investigation check for me.
Yeah, lost his pocket watches.
Hey, what you on about? If Eric survives and we kill that guy, he make me one. So
Now I've gone round the room as well. There is.
What was it? An investigation.
Yeah.
Was
5
there
plus
a?
7?
Oh shit.
12.
So what? 19.
12.
Oh, 12 in
5
total.
plus
Okay,
7.
sorry, 5 plus 7. You do find one very, just luckily it's on the side of the cage that you can access, because on the other side is just wall. You find a small dust-covered, pretty much little feather-filled teddy bear with one eye missing, a small little brown and greyed and dusted fur.
I was gonna ask, was there, because you say sand has filled most of the room, is there a doorway I can sort of see, or the top edge of a doorway I can see anywhere?
Roll a perception check for me.
Can I
Wasn't that his name?
prestidigitize the teddy bear?
Yeah. And you see all the dust just off of the teddy bear.
I examine it and anything.
Nope.
I'll keep that as well.
Can I try and move the table forward so it's sort of just here, just sort of as a way to block off a path?
Which table?
The table that was on here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
if
so-
I just move,
Yeah.
move it to just here, so like that.
Yeah. Awesome, yeah. And I'll say, just due to your natural strength anyway, it's a haul, but it's nothing that you can't do.
Yeah.
Gerald.
9.
9. You don't see any other doorway in here. It's a small crawl space, pretty much sealed off by concrete, brick, and wood. Tara?
During my time while they're there, I'm going to ask Eric if he needs any assistance, if I can give him any assistance, and when it comes to loading, reloading, and what the turning thing does, if I can aid him in any fashion. So just in case he needs me, I can help him.
Eric just leans to you as you start asking about if he needs a hand right now.
Yeah.
I am fine loading my own weapon.
That's fine, but if you need any help, if it makes it any faster, or
Are you
anything
talking about loading or helping me when I use it?
any, well, I don't know what this is, so all I know is that it does a lot of damage.
Do you want to
It's
learn?
if we while we have the time, while we're waiting for him to come to us.
Then keep your ears open and your mouth shut.
Okay.
Stand by the side.
I'll stand next to the side.
And just as he begins to show off the weapon,
Yeah.
and Rayloff finishes getting the table down at the far end towards the doorway, while Gerald and Theron are both underneath in this hidden crawl space. Just as all the silence creeps in, that's where we're going to take another quick break. Another 10 minutes so we can cool off, get a drink, and a snack. Same as for everyone watching. Go cool off, go get a drink, snackies, anything you like. We will be back in just a short while.
fan.
Okay, and welcome back to the episode. Sorry for a couple breaks, but we just needed to cool down and get another drink and rest up. But as we come back in, and the party have just finished laying traps with Eric setting up the firearm, and Theron and Gerald snooping around in the crawl space below a hidden trapdoor in the library. This is where we pick it up. Tara, as Eric ushers you to the side, he just points towards the rotary arm.
Yep.
Now, listen to me. I could either charge this up and then fire, but then need to charge. Or if we want a continuous rate of fire, I need somebody next to me rotating that arm. Do you understand me?
I think I understand, yes.
Now, if you're going to be by the side of me at any point in time, if I say ammo, you grab one of these crates here, and he just like taps, like, and you just hear like a of like these little metal pallets rummaging around. You grab one of those, you take the lid off, and you begin to pour into this space here, this compartment.
Okay.
And he just shows you just the small, like, on the larger, like, side box that is just attached into the weapon. He kind of just, like, releases one of the caps, and there's just a fairly, like, sizable hole that you can pour pellets into.
Okay.
Now, on this side, we don't pour anything but black powder in there. Do you understand me?
Okay. Yeah.
I say powder, you grab one of these small kegs, and you pour.
Okay.
Are you going to be with me?
I am going to obviously try my best, and I will do what I can when I can.
I will give you instructions. And when I say, and only when I say, you do it. Do you understand?
Okay. But if I need to help someone else, you got to know that I won't be able to maybe help.
That's fine.
Okay. That's fine.
And
Can I? Alright, go on.
what if you need help? Do I come to your aid as well?
Hopefully I'll be still up here. But if not, hopefully I'll be closer to them.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. If not, then you might need to.
Fine.
Any extra time is just going to be me, like, okay, so, that one's down now, that one's the block harder. I'm just going to keep making those actions of, like, that's my action, this is my action.
Yeah. Theron.
Can I just make a quick check, see if there's no exits underneath?
Gerald already looked for them. Friday.
Okay.
He did roll low and he was unable to find anything. You can roll as well, or just take it as what he rolled.
I'll give it a quick roll just in case.
Sure, go ahead.
If we've got an extra exit, just in case shit goes south.
New set of eyes.
Ooh, 13. Was it investigation?
Perception.
Perception is 16.
You don't see any noticeable doorways or exits or entrances on the exterior of this crawl space right now. It's all just brick and wood.
Start making my way back then.
Okay, as you climb yourself out of the trapdoor. Yeah, both of you climb up, meeting Rayloff in the center as he's knocked the table flat further.
Also, can I just push the boot back? We've
yeah, as you the trapdoor is completely closed and almost indistinguishable and unnoticeable to any kind of difference between the brickwork on the ground.
May not be relevant or anything, but what is the boot called? or is there no visible title on the book that we see that we pull for the trapdoor?
From what you see, it is just a brown leather-bound tome with a thin red ribbon just hanging from inside the pages.
Fair enough. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I suppose at this rate, I'm gonna try and find. Did you say the shelvings on the bottom floor? They're about 12 foot high, and then is there anything above them, or is there a gap essentially?
There's just emptiness after the bookshelves.
Oh, I'd like to perch myself on top of the bookshelf, getting ready,
Okay.
so I can have a vantage point to see across.
Awesome. All right. Yeah. So you scurry up one of the bookcases and you just kind of like sit waiting.
I will move to the table.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just sort of ready myself there. So behind. Actually, how big is the table on its side?
On its side, it probably goes up about 7 feet.
So I could probably stay behind it if I'm sort of crouched down. Well, actually, no, I would be. Yeah, I would be. Even standing, I think it would still cover me.
Yeah, you'd be behind it.
Okay.
I'm not on the bookshelf. I'm just behind that bookshelf.
Okay. You hear Eric's voice just sort of like calmly project from the top. Does everyone know what they are doing?
Yes.
Maybe.
I'll just sort of go like that. Oh, up to it.
Are we taking him alive, or are we executing him?
We are going to kill every ounce of his being.
Anyone else want to weigh on it?
I'm not particularly fussed.
I think he deserves what he's got. Come to him.
And rest in peace, Duke.
Folks, can we just make sure that we don't get shoot his hat, destroy his hat? Because we could totally see myself in one of those.
Oh, try to not aim for his locket. Pointing at Eric.
My docket.
Fucking
Yes.
watch.
We'll try to miss that.
And now, the waiting
then shut-
game.
Yes.
Now we wait.
Montage.
But, of course, I'd like to ready my action to essentially, if I spot Duke near one of the bombs, I'd like to set it off. Use precipitation and light it. I know.
Oh, can I ready minor illusion, just in case? Just like
Okay, what minor illusion do you want to ready? And Gerald, what do you want to ready?
I'm readying precipitation so that I will ignite the either the chain or the single parts the cluster bombs when
Okay.
Duke is near it.
Okay, all right.
oh, actually no, don't want.
All right. As
I want to ready slow.
okay.
Just if I see him and he comes in range of the spell.
Awesome. Okay. All right.
Which I don't think he will. But
All right. So, as all of you begin to just ready your actions and get ready for any kind of onslaught, the silence just drowns in. And you wait. A few minutes go by. A few more minutes go by.
Euron's just looking through the Battles of the books while he's waiting and got his spell ready.
You all find yourselves there for about 20 minutes or so.
Oh, wonderful.
Still silence creeping in.
Gerald's going to start scratching a little bit onto the top of the bookshelf, just drawing little doodles.
Alright. You continue to wait. And continue. About 2 hours go
Oh,
by.
come on.
And you notice the light outside change from that bright orange and yellow to a gentle, iridescent blue and gold as the night is slowly approaching.
Question, dear. With us doing nothing for this time, would we have, in essence, taken a short rest, or do we have to say we're taking a short rest?
For those who aren't readying and preparing actions, or still, then then you would be able to have a short rest if you decide to.
Yeah. I would like to obviously get the benefit of having a short rest, but I'm going to just leave it to say that we were kind of vigilant of an attack. So.
I shout over to Eric. I'm like, "This our plan then? Just wait."
It will take as long as it takes. Be patient. He will come.
Sure, he'll come.
Do not ask me stupid questions.
I'm down.
As you see Eric kind of like lying on his front, just next to the weapon.
Going to be moved to this side, thinking he's going to come from this side, and stay kind of like next to the bookshelf.
Okay.
Like as a cover.
A few more minutes go by. You hear from outside.
Did that sound like it was coming on the door or away from?
Footfalls coming towards the door. You hear a very quiet voice just snake in through the gap of the door. I know what y'all are doing. You're just like rats.
You want to come in through the front entrance?
You're all backed into a corner. Let me come get you out.
All right.
And you see part of the door, just a small bit of the door just explode as a hole is made, and some of the night light is just drifts in as a sharp golden and blue shaft of light, as you all hear a as a small canister begins to release a thick green smoke. I want all of you to roll initiative.
Okay.
Also, Gerald, your cam is frozen.
Fucking great.
Okay. Slim for me.
What check are we making?
Initiative.
Initiative. Alright.
Oh, 18.
Alright, just hold on. I'll ask for all them.
Don't know what this is doing in terms of camera wise.
It's still loading, but it should load up hopefully soon.
Still got the same place, which is good.
Okay, so initiative order 25 to 20. 20 to 15.
I got 17
18.
on mine.
Okay,
18 for
so Gerald, Tara, what did you get?
15.
Okay, and Theron.
18.
Okay, Tara, what is your Dex modifier?
My dex modifier is +2.
All right.
What did you get, Gerald? Sorry.
17.
Theron got
Right.
18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Rayloff?
12.
12. What is your Dex mod?
Mine is +3.
Okay. Good stuff. Okay. Alright. So, you all find a initial smoke cloud just form itself as you see the green caustic smoke just obfuscate and obscure anything and everything within that initial entranceway.
Mm-hmm.
Top of the round, Gerald. What would you like to do?
Oh, I'm going to hold onto my action, and I'm just going to move towards this edge a bit here now.
Okay.
And actually, do I have enough movement for that? 2 seconds, just let me... Nope, we shall move to this corner. Here, still sticking on the top parts.
Okay. Alright. So you still preparing your action and you scurry over and up on up just behind one of the bookshelves close to the entrance. Is that all you're doing for now?
Yes, that'll be all.
Okay. Theron.
Yeah.
What would you like to do with Terror on deck?
I readied slow, but I obviously can't see him yet, can I?
Not yet.
Imagine I have to see him to cast this. No, doesn't. No hole in the door.
Hmm?
The hole in the door.
You saw
we
the,
see smoke.
you saw the canister be launched through the door.
Oh, smoke's going up, escape.
Yeah,
Everything.
but the thick smoke is just blocking that entire entranceway.
I'll keep my action. Hold.
Okay, awesome. Tara, what would you like to do? With, yeah, Tara, what would you like to do?
I am going to ready my action, go next to the crank thing, and wait for Eric to start shooting.
Okay,
And then I'm going to turn it,
all right.
if that costs my action.
I'll say yeah because you'll be with him for his entire action as you are rotating
I'm
the
happy
arm.
to do that.
Okay.
That small part of movement too would have been like 2 foot
Yeah.
or something.
Okay, no problem.
But I'm going to look that way, ready to turn.
Okay,
And that's me.
all right.
I'll sort of look over at Gerald and I'll be like, Gerald, can't you like a bomb towards the actual? Oh no! If we break the door.
You're here.
But then again, the smoke will go off.
as another canister, and you see the canister land here in front. And another billowing cloud of smoke, of green toxic smoke, begins to just emanate from this canister, blocking all view. Rayloff, in this moment, as you see the smoke just billow up, what are you doing?
Does it take an action to pull out an object, or?
Depends what the object is. I'll usually say, like, depending on what it is.
Well, I can tell you my plan.
Free.
So what my plan is basically to get the Sierra's breath and just use that to push out the toxic cloud.
Okay, awesome. I'll say it's a free action. Just pull the item out.
Okay, yeah, so I'll pull that out. I'll sort of move to the side of the table. Actually, I'll move the table across so it's like I can get to the one side, and then I'll just start pushing out the toxic.
Yeah, as you lean to the side of the table, and you open up the canister, and all of you see the torrent of air just shoot out from this canister, and almost instantly, hold on. Just trying to find both clouds. I'm trying to delete that one. The other one doesn't want to do it.
We know it's gone.
Yeah. You see both heavy-set clouds all merging into one, just flutter away, as Rayloff is just holding this almost like an air fire hose, and just pushing all of the fog clouds away. Is there anything else you're doing, Rayloff? Just as you do see the door begin to come into view, and you see the two holes from where the canisters were shot through, and just the shafts of light just dipping in.
Do I see anything else while I'm looking that way, or?
Just
get pushed back into him.
Just the door. The smoke got dispersed, and the door. You do see the door with the two holes, sort of like, you know, haphazardly, one higher up on one and the other a little bit lower. Other than that, you don't see anything else.
Okay, I'm just gonna go behind the table then and just yeah.
Okay. At that moment, Terra.
Yeah.
You just hear Eric. No. And as you start rotating the arm, all everyone hears in this moment, as the smoke has all been pushed aside, you just hear as Eric begins to pushes the buttons down, and you instantly feel the vibration from the arm as you're still rotating, and all of you just hear. And all of the wood from the door just begins to and just begin to shatter.
Nice. Rayloff not in the way?
No,
we're higher, aren't we? So
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
tactical viewpoints. It was a good shout for blowing all the shit away.
Alright. Alright.
I'm gonna be pissing tonight. Tired.
You after the gunfire
yeah,
comes to a halt. Eric turns to you. Now move.
Well, I can't fucking do anything.
Yeah. He sees you kind of still in rotating and looking elsewhere. And he grabs a crate, pops the top off, and just begins to pour it in. At this point, you see right now, just from this viewpoint, Terra, you see as the door is mostly just open now, as all of the blasts have just pretty much disintegrated all of the wood, and the light is like coming in. You just see in a split second, you see Duke clutching one side and hurling himself to the side of one of the doorways.
I'll point it. Would it be the left or right side?
From where you're looking, it would be your left.
Can I shout? He's on the left. Like, he's on the left.
Yeah.
And carry on with the turning. Sorry. Go on.
Do you know how there's holes in the doors? Can I see him at this point? Because I've got a spell readied.
Right now?
But my spell goes 120 feet.
Oh, sexy.
On your passive perception, I'll say, yeah, you saw a glimpse of him just as he tucked to the side of the entranceway.
In that moment, as I see him, can I cast slow on him?
Yeah. What save is that?
It is. I haven't even got it up.
Good man.
What a good wizard.
Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Alright.
At least you haven't said, I haven't got D&D loaded.
You know, that wisdom save, that is a 3.
Ouch.
It's supposed to be a 15. All the time, round up to 6 creatures of your choice. Obviously, it's going to be him.
Mm-hmm.
In a 40-foot cube, within the 120-foot range. Each target must save blah, 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 blah. Affected target, target's speed is halved and takes a penalty to AC and dexterity saving throws. It can't use reaction on its turn, and it can use either an action or a bonus action, not both, regardless of the creature's abilities or magic items. It can't take more than one melee or ranged attack during this turn. Nice. If the creature attempts to cast a spell, the casting time of one action, roll a d20 on an 11 or higher. The spell doesn't take effect until the creature's next turn. The creature must use on that turn the spell. If it can't, wasted.
Awesome. Alright. So, you cast a spell, and just as he darts to the side, you do see his form slow down slightly. Okay. So, Terra, is there anything else you want to do for a bonus or anything?
I will frankly just listen to
Eric.
To Eric, what he
Okay.
said, and whatever you suffice as what I can do as a bonus action to help, I can do that.
Okay. Right now for this round, unless you want to keep doing the rotary, it seems.
Right now,
yeah.
Will be.
Okay. All right. So top of the round, Gerald with Theron on deck. Gerald, what do you want to do?
Is the door passable, or is it just got holes in it?
The door is completely, almost disintegrated.
Okay,
it's very much now an open doorway.
Then I'd like to use the tumble then, and I'm going to tumble forward across here. So I tumble onto there. Then I use my 35 to go out, basically just about outside.
Mm-hmm.
This is just on the door there. And do I see Duke as I come around and look onto the right?
As you look on,
because I'm not purposely making the perception check.
That's
so
okay.
I want to turn and see him.
Yeah, as you get to the edge of the doorway and you look to each side.
Yep.
You don't see him.
Right. I'm going to keep moving forward, like maybe the 5, 10, 15, whatever foot it takes to get just outside to see him. As he'll be on my right, won't he?
Coming out of the library, he'll be on your left.
my left, so I'll go. Yeah, I'll look. In fact, that's a better angle for me, looking left.
Yeah.
Works well.
Yeah.
So I'll keep going up to 15 foot out.
All right. As you go out, and you're looking
Yeah.
on the left side, you don't see him at all.
Don't see him at all. Right. With that, then I will move back. Did I move? How far out did I go? Maybe
I'll say about 5 feet.
we'll go to 5 there.
Yeah.
So yeah, then I'll move back in then. And that means 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yep, we can get to there. And I shall pull out Alastor from that. I'm going
Okay.
to ignore the holding of the action of prestidigitation.
All right. No problem.
If anything, I'm going to... No, I can't do anything with that because otherwise it used my action. So never mind. We shall leave it at that.
Okay. All right. So as you quickly peek out and you find no one, and you just come back into where it's a little bit more safer.
Yeah. I will shout, he's moved around.
And you hear Eric pile on. Keep your eyes on him. Shout out when you see him. Theron, you are up. What would you like to do? With Terra on deck.
I will carry on concentrating,
Mm-hmm.
at least on that 40 cube that's there, just in case he decides to come into the 40.
Okay.
Cube.
All right.
How long does it last for? Because once it's hit, isn't it hit?
Up to a minute.
Nice.
Is it concentration on him when you've done it within that 40 foot, or is it only within
Yeah,
that
on the
40
creatures
It's
affected.
it's a 40-foot cube, and then
Yeah.
after that, it's you're concentrating on the spell that has afflicted whichever
those
creatures.
people?
Yeah.
Cool.
Relevant where they move, you're concentrating on keeping them slowed.
So your concentration is high priority. Welcome
Didn't
to
even
my
know that was
life.
there. I just thought about the 40-foot cube. If
Nah,
you
that's
back
cool.
in it.
That's
So, Theron, is there anything you
That
want
makes
to
better.
do while you're concentrating on the slow spell?
Just make sure you don't do any spells that use concentration. Just heads up.
But you can ready an action again to cast
Yeah.
a normal non-concentration spell.
Mm.
Yeah.
Really from this move somewhere.
But yeah, welcome to my spell list. Yeah, you know what I mean? Why do you think I use Thorn Whip all the time? Because I like the thorns. Yeah. Well, yes.
I mean, they are pretty fucking savage, though.
Mm. When they say stop it, it hurts, it really does.
You forgot to time a safe word.
I'll just
Whip
hold
me
the
more,
action.
please.
Okay.
That's the safe word.
I'll just hold me. I need to say what I'm doing.
Yeah,
but,
you need to tell me what you're holding.
just in case you see him. I'll figure it out if someone else has a turn.
Okay. So
So you're holding this spell.
normally, okay. So what spell? If are you holding a spell, or
I will be. I'll just choose which one.
okay, all right.
Yeah.
Usually,
Well,
yeah,
finally.
Usually we want you to have everything ready and tell me what you're gonna hold on your turn.
Yeah.
But yeah, come. I'll come back to you. All right, Terra, you're up. What would you like to do?
I'm going to keep helping Eric with readying the action of. If he needs it to keep turning, I'll have to keep turning it. But right now, I will stop unless he tells me not to. But I'm readying my action to carry on turning.
Okay, no problem. You kind of like prepare and you get ready.
Yep, because that's what I can do. And I will hold everything.
All right. Just at that moment, you hear Duke's voice just peer in from outside again.
I'll hold magic missile.
Good boy. Oh.
For when you see Duke? Or... Okay. Or you just hear the voice of Duke radiate from outside again. That's alright. I won't come in. One of your friends will, though. And you just hear, right above you, Gerald, here, from the stained glass window, you just see a small, almost like the size of a baseball, this small little sphere just onto the ground. And there's like a small green eye on it that instantly just, and the sphere itself just breaks, and instantly as it breaks, you hear, and you see.
Didn't know we were playing fucking Pokemon. Gotta catch more,
That's
right?
what I was thinking. I was like,
You see.
Ooh.
You see the figure of Bar. And you see around his neck is like this thick iron and steel collar with what you can tell, just some locks on the back, and this purple like amethyst gem in the center on the front. And he raises up his large club, and he's just going to, he's going to hammer it straight down towards you, Gerald. So he is going to act on Duke.
I'll say to Eric while I'm so close to him, that's Ball.
Would he be standing on the cluster bomb?
Ooh.
Standing
It'd be standing near it.
just next to it.
That's fine. Okay.
Natural
also,
20.
Oh,
On
fuck,
that
yeah,
hit.
that hits. I was gonna say, the cluster bomb shouldn't also just go off randomly unless fire or anything.
Yeah, no, unless it's ignited.
Theron sees Bar and sees the situation, just seething angrily to himself. Even
I'm
just
sorry about
pushes
the
his
business,
glasses up, ready for the business.
Alright. So,
Alright.
alright. Alright, so Gerald, from the first hit of this colossal great club as Bar hurls it down, slamming it on you, you feel the full force in the impact. Let's see. "24 points of bludgeoning damage before you see the club and he's going to slam it down again for a second attack.
Another natural 20.
That's a 14 to hit.
That hits.
Oh dear.
This is not double damage this time.
Yep.
Not double damage, but I rolled pretty high. That is... There's 24 points of bludgeoning damage.
Fucking what? Oh god.
As you
Hi,
see,
Gerald.
the massive figure of Bar
20.
then turn and just begin to move over towards you, Rayloff, as the form just and it just slams over one of the bookshelves as it just straight down. It's just slamming through. That is Duke's and Bar's turn. So, Rayloff, you're up. What would you like to do?
How high up is the collar from where I am?
About 16-ish feet.
Okay. So would I be able to...
Sharp as hell.
No. Would I be able to try and hit where the gem is on the collar with my halberd?
You can definitely try. If that's what you want to do, then there is an AC in mind, but just roll for an attack.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that then. Oh, actually, what I will do before I do that, can I do that? Something as a bonus action?
Yeah, of course.
He will activate rage.
Awesome. Okay, you will see the eye armor just like spawn and completely encase Rayloff as you just see the thick breath just panting out into this sub-zero space around him.
So, halberd. That is 18 on the first attack.
18 as you and you're just short of the gem as you just lightly connect with the little bit of collarbone of Bar. So I want you to roll damage for me.
That's a 13 slashing damage.
13. Yeah, you just come short of the collar, but you see the halberd just like sink in to the large ogre body before it gets yanked out.
Okay. Does 25 do it?
25 does hit the collar and hits the gem. Roll for damage for me.
That is juicy. 12 damage.
12, okay. You...
Sorry, no 14 slashing damage because of rage.
Okay, awesome. As the halberd hits the collar and hits the gem, it hits, but that very... just it rattles your arms a little bit as you hit, and it bounces slightly. And as you look up, you see the smallest little dent and crack in this gem.
Okay.
And you see the large figure of Bar as you make those two attacks. As he just gets his great club ready to sweep around.
Okay. I can't use... No, I already used bonus action. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's my turn then.
Alright. Eric, at this moment, turns to you, Terra.
Yeah.
Go! And as he does, and he starts firing upon Bar.
Sadly fine with me.
Bar rolled a 6 on his deck save, so he's going to be taking a couple shots.
A couple better be freaking all of them. That was a yes look, wasn't it? I can tell.
You see Bar in this moment as he's looking down towards Rayloff and getting the club ready. And as he does, all you see is his flesh begin to... and just all bits of flesh begin to pop and burst with red crimson just smattering everywhere as his entire flesh just begins to get chewed up by pellets. And it's just a constant barrage all across his form.
Who's shooting him?
Eric.
And kill him.
And you begin to, and you see Bar in this moment, and he just like slightly like cowers away, and you almost hear just a slight from Bar through the grunt. You just barely hear it, and you see majority of his entire shoulder is just shaved down to the bone and exposed, and it's just been chewed away. He took a lot.
I'll look over at Eric while all this is going on. I'm like, kill him. I'll fucking kill you.
All you hear in this in the midst as the gun just more ammo. And he begins to shovel more pallets into the weapon.
With my held bonus action, I'd like to use Healing Spirit. The spirit of Mogwai is going to gallop in midair towards Gerald,
Mm-hmm.
and it's going to casually land on his back, and it's going to use one of its healing. Okay. 1d6. Natural. You gain 6
Nice.
Thank you.
HP. That ends my bonus action, but I will not let down. Yes.
All right. So as the spirit of Mogwai just like almost floats ethereally away and through the air, landing on your back, Gerald, you feel just a slight wave of energy hit you, and you just feel more ready and alive and raring to go. And speaking of Gerald, top of the round, you're up. What would you like to do with Theron on deck? You see Bar right next to you, just behind you. He turns slightly, and you see this like the mess of his shoulder is just all part of the bone exposed and shaved down by all of the pallets. Crimson and blood and muscle just hanging from the shoulder. What would you like to do?
We could get spiritual Mogwai. I guess does it stay?
It stays where I've put it. I have to use another bonus action to then move it.
Fair enough. Just wanted to know whether it moved with me or not.
No, sadly not.
I am going to run around this way. Yeah, to the right, across here.
All right.
To get...
Bar's going to attempt to make an attack of opportunity on you.
Yep.
As you run past.
Draw a little circle for Mogwai.
Same number on both. That is a 18 to hit.
18 hits.
All right.
The little pink dot is Mogwai's spirit.
All right. You take 14 points of bludgeoning damage as you hear Bar as you skirt past. No! And he just slams the heavy club down at you. And it does impact just as you're running away, and it catches your back and your legs, and you just feel that immense like wall hit you as you're running away. But you do make it out of his distance as well. What are you doing?
Nice. Alright, buddy. I forgive you for what you've done. I'm gonna try and save you anyway. As I cast Dispel Magic onto the Amethyst. Onto there.
Alright.
If that works. We'll see if that works.
You cast Dispel Magic. What level are you casting it at?
It is 3rd level.
Alright. You send the incantation, and you see the energy just through the air, and as it hits the Amethyst, you see it just... And you see in the Amethyst itself just a small... of a crack appear.
Ah, didn't need to roll for that. That was weird. Either way, from the opposite side of that, I am also going to then use Mass Healing Word as my bonus action.
Okay.
And I'm going to give, 3 to myself, 1 to Rayloff, and then I'm going to give the other 3 to Bar.
Okay.
I know it sounds stupid, that is what is happening.
I'm with you, Gerald. I'm with you. Because it's going shape where I'm going to do next as well.
Right, so the 3 to Bar, I'll give you that, is 1, 4, 3, so that's 7, 8 plus 18, 25? Maths right?
Okay.
25 points to Bar.
Fantastic.
Wait a minute, I did that wrong. Ah shit, I'm only giving myself 2 now. Oh well. Rayloff, you get 10.
Yeah, you definitely did it wrong. I was on like 3 less than max.
Oh well, doesn't matter. And I gave myself 12 plus 8, 20 points of healing on there.
Awesome. All right. Good stuff. Is there anything else you want to do?
Yeah. That is everything I can do.
Awesome. Okay, Theron, you are up. What would you like to do?
I'm still concentrating on the slow spell. It's still within the minute. Then I haven't tried. What would you class bar has? Size.
Large.
I'm going to use momentary stasis. A creature within 60 foot, large or smaller creature, you can see within 60 foot. However, it is a Constitution saving throw. He has to make a 15.
Okay.
But if he doesn't, then he's encased in a magical field till the end of my next turn, or until the creature takes any damage. While encased in this way, it is incapacitated and has a speed of 0.
Okay. Awesome. So
Now I get four of those.
Awesome. So Constitution saving throw for Bar.
Which you'll probably get.
It's an 18.
Oof.
Yeah, so. Just for a moment, you just see it go.
Yeah, you see all of you, just as you see Bar move again, you see him like raise up his club and almost and still beginning to move and just get his club ready for the next onslaught of attacks. Is there anything else you want to do, Theron?
No, I'll stay where I am.
Okay. Tara, you're up. What would you like to do?
As my bonus action, I'm going to move my Mogwai healing spirit to when it wants to move. Of course it is. Okay, awesome. It's 30 foot away. Onto okay, cool. So uses his stick foot to move towards Gerald. It heals for another d6.
Alright. As Gerald, you see the spirit just and just begin to float through the just ethereally in the air. The cutest owl bear cub you've ever seen. Just glide over to you, latch on you.
5 more hit points.
Oh, yes.
And you feel that wave of energy hit you once again.
And I'm going to ready my action to carry on turning the when he says go.
Okay, awesome.
Or whatever command he says.
Awesome.
To do it.
All right. In this moment, Bar just looking down towards you, Rayloff. And he's going to make 2 slam attacks against you. First one is a natural 19, that is 26 to hit.
Yeah.
You know what?
And then
it does.
The second is, I'm not kidding, a natural fucking 20.
God, you're a this, aren't you? Let's be honest.
Also
I
evident
still love
they
you
hurt.
guys. Yeah. So the first hit gets you for surprisingly low rolls, 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
So that's halved.
Reduced to 3.
Yep.
And then the critical is 32 points of bludgeoning damage. Reduced to 16.
Okay.
It's not too bad, though.
And Bar is going to attempt to move over.
Yeah, I'm going to use a Sentinel reaction attack then.
Okay, roll for an attack.
And I am going to try and aim for the collar again, if possible.
Okay.
Question: would the collar be classed as a different entity on its own?
Yes. So the collar itself has its own AC, which I've already got down. Same as the gem.
16.
16. 16 hits Bar, not the collar.
Okay,
But-
so he stops moving. then.
Okay, but roll for damage for me then, as he's just there, as he attempts to walk past, and you and catch him. It just in the back of the knee.
That's 15. Slashing.
15. Nice. All right. You see as Rayloff just hurls his halberd across, you see Bar and just turns back towards you, Rayloff. And in this moment as well, you hear one loud, and it just echoes slightly through the entire building as Terra, just in a moment, passed Bar on one of the sides of the door. You see Duke turning with this long barrel, long range rifle, aiming up towards you and Eric.
Okay.
And that does hit with a 22 on to Eric. Let's see.
Is he shooting twice, or is he shooting one at me and one at Eric? Or
Well,
is he...
Just at
Is
Eric.
slow,
Okay.
is slow still on him or not?
Slow still on him, so he only gets one attack.
One sec, cool.
So
That's fine.
This is turn
-2 to dexterity.
3
Oh no.
from the slow.
sorry,
This is turn 3 from the slow, is it? Or 4?
3.
3.
I'm pretty sure.
Next is 4.
Yeah.
I'm popping shit off.
How many goes is it for a minute go up?
10 turns is a minute.
Yeah, it's per turn is 6 seconds.
Okay.
Let me just have a look.
DMs secretly like I hope fucking we take 6 seconds per turn.
You see, as that loud blast ricochets, all you see, as Eric is like leaning down slightly and on the buttons, getting ready after he's just loaded more pellets in. You see him look to you. Are you ready? And you see part of his entire chest just get blown away. And you see just from under his armpit up to about near the center of where his stomach is lying, that entire part of his torso is just gone and just blasted away. And you just see for a moment his eyes just like dim slightly as he like falls down to the ground and across the weapon, just now covering your entire space in bone, guts, blood, and just all of the viscous little gory bits of his insides cast across the entire floor behind you.
I'm right by saying that because I'd readied my action for me to turn the wheel, I can literally just do nothing but fucking watch you.
Mm-hmm.
Sad. I do nothing and watch you.
As that happens, and the room goes silent, the roar of the ogre dulls down against the large, loud blast as Eric's body is cast over the rotary weapon. That's where we're going to end tonight's episode and come back next week to continue this and see where it ends and how it ends.
Swear to God, if Thor dies.
Oh, fuck.
Crazy. Crazy. Yeah, Pokemon style. One nutter.
Oh yeah. Oh, couldn't come up with anything original, could you, DM?
I did my best, but in all fairness, Eric did tell you about them.
Yeah. He used the netball.
I used to play a spot of cricket.
Oh shit. Okay, well, just before we go, we just want to thank everyone for watching. It's been a really fun episode, intense, and hopefully we see the end of it next week. Just only one follower for tonight, BZ UK. Thank you very much for following the show. Hope you enjoy it, and I hope to see you on the next show. But with all that said and done, thank you very much for watching. It was a lot of fun. We'll see you next week.